providing a review on Prince of Persia, which I hate.
And by the way, each segment, the news story, the review, each segment is going to be like 1.5 minutes long. So it's like graphics for 1.5 minutes.
Do we really need to describe it?
Okay, fine.
It's okay.
You get the gist of it.
The gist. Congratulations.
That's a word, isn't it?
No, it's the gist.
I thought it was gist. Yes. No. Alright. So we're starting off with
It's a new installment in the series. Uses cell shading graphics. Some people dislike, some people like. Follows an entirely new story, but sometimes changes good plot. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Now I have
wait, not over the whole thing though.
No. Just the beginning.
Alright, so graphics. Cell shaded, like he just said. Stuff like that. Completely different for the series.
It looks terrible.
And I guess this is where the argument starts, Nick, because I think it looks awesome.
Alright, well let's break it down. Let's break it down a little bit. We've got the environment graphics, which I will not lie, are enticing. It's pretty. Oh, woohoo.
There we go.
Environment graphics. Now let's look at the characters, shall we? Characters, yeah. Like a 6-year-old kid can draw better character pictures than whoever did this.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You think so?
Uh-huh. Their facial expressions, the prince is constantly smirking no matter what attitude he's in, and Elika looks completely pissed all the time. Seriously? Variation much? There's cel-shaded graphics, they're supposed to make things look better.
They do. I'm sorry. The only reason... I'll admit, Elika does look kind of stupid. With their face... She does. We'll get to that with the story, though.
Sorry.
That's fine. But yes, only reason I really like the graphics is they're like something completely different. You'll probably never see anything like this ever again.
Or you'll see a lot of stuff like this and I will stop playing video games.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
No.
Okay.
It's a lie.
You're the prince, you just fall into this hole, and then you end up meeting Elika, and she's just like, talks about how her father, oh god, let me redo this, okay. Basically, the prince, you fall down like this cliff, and once you hit the ground, Elika pops up, and you talk to her, and then you go to this temple. I'm summarizing it, aren't I? Okay. Alright.
Blooper.
You're the prince, you find Elika, after you fall into You're the prince, you find Elika, she talks to you about how this god, Armad, whatever his name is gonna escape from the temple. Basically, all you
Alright,
need
so
to
the
know,
story sucks.
You have to go around these fertile grounds and lock the guy back into this whole thing.
Yeah, then so
I'll agree with you on the story.
The story
it
sucks.
The first time I was like, oh, this isn't so bad. But the second time I played it, just listening to the dialogue over again.
You made it a second time through?
No, actually I didn't make it a second time through. I just started playing it a little while ago. I only got like 5 minutes into the game and I just needed to stop.
Now you know how I felt the first time through.
Like, in the beginning, I liked the gameplay, and that's probably what kept me back from saying horrible, horrible things about the dialogue. But honestly, since the second time through the gameplay there's no variation because there's no difficulty levels. It's the same thing again. The dialogue just got a million times worse. It was horrible. I had to stop. I really did.
Let me get to the end of the story where you have just trapped. Was it or
no? You can't tell them the end of the story, Nick. Let me tell you this though. It has.
If you've played this game, don't watch this video because I want to talk about it.
No, we can't talk about the end. You didn't even make it to the end.
I don't care. It sucked.
How do you? Okay, I told you it sucked, and it does. It's the worst. It's the worst cliffhanger ending I've ever seen in my whole life. Everything you've worked for through the whole game, just in the end, is It's like you built your own house. It's like you're a constructor, you built your own house. And then the very next day, you take a giant wrecking ball and you're sitting in the crane and you just smash it to pieces. It made no sense. I don't understand. The
What a
ending.
perfect ending to a perfect game.
You bastard.
You don't have any more darts to throw at me?
Really? Because now we're going to talk about the gameplay. This is where it gets good.
Yeah! Bad.
Okay. Basically, Prince of Persia, free running game, you run around wall running and stuff. You fight tons of bad guys. It's very cinematic, very cool. I like it. Yeah.
Alright, my turn. Alright, the gameplay, I was reminded a lot of a combination of, let's see, Mirror's Edge and Jak and Daxter, personally.
Jak and Daxter?
You'll see. There was a lot of running and jumping, and just like Mirror's Edge on the easiest possible setting, it's basically got light up signs telling you, oh, run here, jump here, swing
Hey,
from
wait
this
a
thing.
minute. No, it's not like that obvious. Mirror's Edge is just red.
There's only massive scratches on the wall and gold rings hanging from ridiculously pointless places.
Well, then how else are you supposed to know where to go?
He's smart. Anyway, then, just the repetition, it was fun swinging from stuff for the first 15-20 minutes. And it got boring. Then I was just repeatedly wall running over the same place and falling and having Ella get saved me. Thank you, Ellica, for being the biggest bitch on the planet.
Look, Ellica, if Ellica didn't save you...
Did I interrupt you? I've got a gun.
Fine, Mr. Go ahead.
Anyway, like Jak and Daxter, if any of you remember, you had to collect precursor orbs to get to farther places. I was reminded much of this when collecting light seeds, except it was a pain in the ass. Light seeds are extremely difficult to get. I lied. Damn it.
They're easy to find.
They're easy to find, but you have to get so many of them and just go through the same places that you've already been, and there's no fun there just running around collecting light seeds.
Alright. I'll agree with the light seeds thing. That gets really repetitive, going through the same places over again. I just didn't understand why they couldn't keep the story similar to Prince of Persia, because now it's got this free running thing where you go from one dot to another on this map, which I really didn't understand why they couldn't just keep it linear like the original Prince of Persia. But when it comes to the running, I gotta say, they do, it's good. It's not bad. It keeps you going. It's fluid and fun, and once you get to like these crazy chases where there's giant, dark, evil things just flying out of walls and you're running all over the place, it's fun. But the Ellica thing.
We should probably go to combat next.
No, I gotta talk about the Ellica thing, because that is a serious issue with the game. Apparently people think that because Ellica keeps saving you, it makes the game a lot